Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And Princess of Pentacles. You're somebody who is, I think you're just about to like release something, you know? I feel like you have something that you've been working on that it's kind of ready for it to bear fruit now. Yeah. You're somebody with a lot of resources. You're somebody who believes, like, if I don't already have it, I'm going to make it, or I'm going to get it. I want to get somebody else to make it. Right? You're a very resourceful person. I feel like you are or have been investing in something. We're investing in yourself, really, but doing something that's been costing you money. Right? It's been costing you time and effort and energy. Okay? Because you're working on something. I feel like it's just about to bear fruit for you. Something is just about to be born into the world. It's like it's finally here. You've been working on your album for like months, and it's like you've been putting in a lot of time, buying a lot of equipment, paying the subscription for the software or whatever, and it's finally ready to be like, here it is. Yeah. Something is just about to bear fruit for you. Let's put this card into some context. I like the Princess of Pentacles. It is just about to transform into the Empress energy. Okay, that's what the Princess of Pentacles does. That's what it wants to do, is become the Empress, right? We have a Knight of Swords. We've got a Queen of Cups. There's the Aeon, Judgment, Rebirth, a reawakening. You've answered the call, right? This is in the past position. You've heard the trumpets calling you to action, right? 6 of Cups, 5 of Wands. Path of the Serpent, we have the Star. You've been following the star, haven't you? We have the Sun. Oh, yes. We have a Knight of Wands and Queen of Swords. We didn't get that Empress. I was kind of hoping we would. Well, let's select a mystery card. Maybe this will surprise us toward the end here. No, this one. This is the one. Okay. And we're going to put Jimbo, the Lizard King, right there on top. I can do anything except look at that card until the end of the reading. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need. Okay? If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. All right. Let's see. Let's look around the room. Major, major, major. 3 major arcana energies. Look at that. You answered the call. You took a chance on your dream. This faraway star. Look at this. It's right there. You're just about, you said, okay, fine, I'll get on the spaceship, I'll travel across time and space to arrive at some distant land. Well, guess what? You're there now. Like, now you can see it, right? What is the sun but a star? What is the star but a sun that's very, very, very far away, right? And so I kind of feel like this is the decision that you made in the recent past to take a chance on yourself, to invest in this thing, and it's paying off. Okay, it's paying off greatly because you're arriving. This success is coming your way. Okay, it's just about to hit, whatever this is. We do have a lot of court cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 court cards. So I feel like this is maybe a collab. I feel like there's a lot of people involved, or there's a lot of people that are going to benefit from what you're doing. I feel like it's something that's going to be shared with the world because we have all these court cards. Individually, the court cards mean something about you. It's a way that you express energy, okay? But collectively, as a whole, just as a group, just saying there's a lot of them, it means that there's a lot of people related to this. A lot of people are either going to receive what you're giving, or they're going to benefit from it, or they're involved in it in some way. Okay. So we've got our majors, we've got fire, we've got water, we've got air, and we got a little bit of earth. The little bit of earth basically is saying it doesn't really matter what this is. What matters is how you do it and why you're doing it. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what you're doing. What matters is how and why. If you don't know the why, you're not going to get through the how, and it doesn't really matter the what. What we need is the why. You got to know why you're doing this. Okay? Because to invest the time, effort, energy, and money into this to the degree that's going to make it happen, that's going to make it real, you got to really want it. You got to know why you're investing in this. The time that it takes to be the world's best basketball player, right? You better make sure you really want that, because it's going to take a while and you're going to have to really put the time into it. Okay? So you're putting all this effort into your, let's say, your album. You're spending the money, you're putting the time, you're kind of saying no to some things in life because you're going to stay home and focus on, the software and the album and the instruments and all that stuff. Putting it together, producing it, mastering it, EQing it, all the stuff, running it through filters, layering it, recording the parts, like it's a whole thing, You have to really want it. You have to know why you're doing this. And I don't think it's even a question for you. I think you know why. With the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords here, there's no hesitation. The Knight of Wands is kind of a Libra energy in a way. It's a Libra power card, after all. But this is that discernment. This is kind of like saying, I know what to say yes and no to because I understand why I'm doing this. If you understand why you're doing this, the choices are easy. Okay? The choices may be challenging, right? We kind of see, well, yeah, but Paul, the Five of Wands, challenges, the choices are not easy. Well, yeah, the choice itself is easy. The work might be hard. Right? And that's why the Five of Wands is in the future energies, what you're looking at. It's the future position. The near future is hard work, of course. Because you can easily decide what you're doing. You can easily make the choices, do a little bit more of this, a little bit less of that. If I want to make this album, it means I can't slack off and watch Netflix in the afternoon. I'm gonna go into the studio and I'm gonna work. I'm gonna put in work, right? Your destiny is going to unfold because you are unraveling the present from the universe. You have to, you're being given a gift. You got to tear off the wrapping paper. I'm not going to do that for you, right? And that's my daughter. She's almost 5, right? And I remember when she was younger, we'd give her a present. It was loosely wrapped in some wrapping paper or something. And she would look at it and she would just kind of feel it and she would chew on it and she would like smell it and she would just hug it and stuff. And it's like, no, you got to open it, honey. And so it took her a while to like realize that, I can just tear this off. I could tear this off and there's something beautiful underneath for me. And it's so wonderful. She's going to be 5 here in a couple months. Actually, in like 1 month, gosh, time goes by fast. And I think for you, time goes by fast too. It feels as if you've been working on this for a long time, but it's like, wow, it's like I'm done now. Like this is almost here. In the recent past, you've got your Aeon card, the Judgment card, the Rebirth, Reawakening, the Baptism by Fire. This was a divine doorway that you chose to walk through. Feels quite recently. It was probably quite a while ago. Okay? And you said, you know what? I'm going to answer the call of my destiny, and I'm going to make the decision to invest in myself in whatever this creative work is. Doesn't have to be music. It could be an exercise goal. It could be an art project of another kind. It could be a painting. It could be a business. It could be, I'm gonna go after that, getting a raise, getting a promotion. I'm gonna start my YouTube channel. I'm gonna start the business. I'm going to learn how to ride a bike or do a stamp collection or read a book, whatever. This was the decision that you made, a definite decision that's saying, I'm going to go through this doorway, and as I do, everything that is not essential to this goal is gone, right? Gone, burned off, singed. It's a fiery doorway, people. I mean, come on. So we go through the doorway and we leave behind everything that's not going to serve us on this path. To get to that goal means no ice cream for a while, Paul, And that's just it, the sacrifices that we're willing to make. The only way through the door is to let those things get singed off of us. Only the essential can go through. Okay, this was a divine doorway. We're going to do a divine doorway card for you. Even though it is in the recent past, I feel as if it doesn't feel like it was all that distant, although it may have been quite a long time ago. Okay, I don't know how long you've been working on this. I feel like it's been more than just a couple days anyway. We have the morning memory. Yes, remember when it started. Remember the morning. Okay, so in other words, my first impression is remember when you made that decision and what feelings you were in. Journal about it. Look back in your journal on the day that you made the decision to do this thing. Okay, that would be a wonderful reflection for you. Remember the morning. Remember when it all began. Remember the moment that you took the step through that doorway, especially if you're struggling with something now, okay? Its healing gift runs a destined course. The morning dawn, our inspired source. Meditate under the sun. As you succeed in this endeavor, reflect upon how you began, okay? As a practice of becoming whole, as a practice of kind of bringing all the energy together, bringing things to a conclusion in a way. Reflect on the morning. Reflect on how it began. Okay? When you're under the sun, when you're basking in the glory, don't forget your roots either. Okay? Under the surface, we've got some roots. We've got a very compassionate person. You're probably an empath. I think that this is you really, with this emotional honesty, emotional transparency. You have a high, emotional intelligence, right? And I think that you're unafraid. I think that you're the kind of person that will, I don't know, I feel like you have really big asks when you go places and when you're interacting with energies. You kind of start with the big thing, right? If you go into your boss's office, you say, I want $1,000 an hour raise. And come on. And of course, they're going to say no, right? I mean, maybe they'll say yes, but probably no. But I feel like you're bold, and I feel like you'll go into a situation and you'll say that you'll do that, and you'll just be, you'll be confident enough and unafraid enough. And I think doing that, I don't know, it does something to you. It kind of tempers you against failure, because you know someone's going to say no, but you're bold enough to ask, and they'll be like, "Is that a serious question?" And you can say, "Yeah. That's a serious question. I do want $1,000 an hour. Don't we all, But of course, they're going to say no. And you say, okay, well, then let's negotiate, right? But it breaks the ice. It breaks the tension or something in a way for you that then allows you to be very confident in asking for big things. And you're never going to get the big things in life if we don't ask the universe for them. So it's kind of like we ask the universe for that. And, we're prepared for we know it's going to be a struggle. We know the difficulty, but we're not afraid of it. Okay. So you have that wonderful, wonderful energy about you there. The Six of Cups at the top here is pleasure. It really to me feels as if the work you're doing here with this Princess of Pentacles is something that you enjoy. Something that, don't tell anybody, you'd probably do it for free. Right? But we're asking for the big things. I want $1 gazillion for it. That's a starting point, at least. Okay. I feel like you have fun. I feel like you enjoy what you're doing. And I think that makes all the difference. I think when you find something that you love and you pour your heart and soul into it, then you can ask the universe for big things. Yeah. And I think in your case, with the sun over here, the universe is saying, well, okay, yeah, here you go. All right. We're not going to get the big things in life if we don't ask for them. But in all the glory of that sunshine, we don't want to forget where we started from and what we had to do to get there, and what we had to leave behind, and what the choices were that we made. I think in the future position, we have this Five of Wands, which is really, I think, the Spirit's way of saying just because you're close to the finish line doesn't mean you can slow down. Doesn't mean things are going to suddenly get easier for you. In fact, when you're closest to the summit of the mountain, that's when things get very, very steep, right? It's steeper at the summit of the mountain. I don't know if it just feels that way. I think the angle is still the same, but it feels like it's much steeper at the top. And so it requires more focus, not less. You know, it's like you see these little shorts on YouTube or whatever. And it's like the runner, these people are running like a track and field, like a race, you know. And the one runner thinks that they won. They're not at the finish line yet, but they think, oh, I got this in the bag. And they're just like, they're giving the thumbs up to the crowd. And then someone speeds in front of them and gets the gold, right? And they're like, oh my God, like you celebrate too early, right? And you're asking for trouble. So that's what this card's representing. We're in a happy place. We know that this is coming. We can see the sunshine. Now's the time to really stay focused and stay committed and keep going until this thing is really, really packaged up and ready to ship. Okay. This could also be saying that even when you're done with the work, you're done producing the album, you still got to package it, you still got to market it, you still got to ship it, you still got to go promote it. Like maybe it's saying like the work's not over yet. Okay. Path of the Serpent, beautiful energy over here as well, Gemini. You've got really extraordinary things. The Star card, right? By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are totally free. The Star card is that sense of destiny. The Star card is your commitment to your star. You are following your North Star. You're somebody who is tapped into your spirit, to God, Goddess, deity, the guardian angel, the spirit guides, the ancestors, whatever it is. Higher mind, conscience, universal energy, universal mind, all that good stuff. You're tapped into it. I feel like you've always had a spiritual life. You've always trusted in the divine energy. You've always trusted in the star, because the star does a couple things, right? First thing it does, it sends a light to us. It's our true self. It's not really out there. It's kind of coming from in here. But anyway, it starts to illuminate us on the inside, shows us where our knots of karma are, our buttons, our sore spots, our weak spots, our triggers, shows us blockages inside, right? And once we allow that process to start, it shows us this yellow brick road in front of us. It's like the sidewalk just starts to glow, right? And shows us where we should put our feet and where we should start walking. Doesn't push us there, shows us the way, right? Navigating by starlight shows us the way. The light coming down will show us where to go, but it's up to us to sort of, paddle the boat, right? And so I feel like you're one who understands that. And really, the star, the purpose of the star is to remind us that we are the magician. Because the magician is the one that can transmit the divine nature right through us, like we're a pure, clear channel of spiritual energy. There's no blockages. That light can flow through us very easily. And the work really of the tarot and of occult sciences and esoteric studies is to purify the vessel, purify the wand, purify the will, so that the divine energy can flow through us like we are a conductor of electricity, right? It's just there's no resistance, there's no blockage, we're a clear channel. Okay, so it's kind of like we're in service of our destiny. It's not really I'm not doing it, it's something coming through me. And I feel like you're a creator in that way, you're an artist in that way. This probably is music or something like that. If you are a musician or any kind of a creative person, which you are, whether you know it or not, you are a creative person. And as a creative, you understand what that means to just have something flowing through you. It's like, it's not just me like consciously creating it. It's just something that's coming out of me. It's flowing through me, and it's our duty to not get in the way. It's the heart and the mind that tend to cause resistance, cause issues, have blockages, right? We're trying to go from fire to earth here and manifest the reality, right? Fire to earth we got over here, right? This Judgment card is a pure fire energy. Of course, the Princess of Pentacles is double earth, right? And your heart and your mind are trying to be, your heart here and your mind here, are trying to be just the clear channel, a pure conduit for that divine fire. Right, and that's kind of the work of the star, and I think you trust in that. And you realize that in some ways our human ego, our human existence is in service to this divine energy in life. You are embodying the divine right now, Gemini. And as much as we are in this happy place, it's a very serious thing. It's very joyous, but it's also very serious. Now, the star is also this idea that our goal, whatever it is we're after in life, is way out there. The star, right? What is a star but a distant point of light? It's just a little pinprick in the night sky, in the fabric of the universe. I don't know what it is. I can't see it. I can't grab it. I can't be there with it. All I see is a little tiny piece of light. I don't even know if it's still there, right? But the thing is, we're going toward it anyway. Think about that. A little tiny, almost imperceptible point of light in the night sky that we know nothing about. I mean, we could analyze it and think about it and get its like spectrum analysis and read the colors and figure out what it might be composed of, but we don't know if it's even still there, but we're doing it anyway. We're traveling toward it anyway. That takes a lot of faith, right? A lot of faith. You are a person of faith, and your faith is carrying you through. Because that long distance goal, that distant star that we don't even know if it still exists, guess what? You're arriving there. Now, here it is. It's bright. This is not you seeing it from, millions of light years away, but you're seeing it up close and personal. It is your goal. It is also yourself. Okay? You're arriving in this position, and this feels good. It's finally here. This is success, this is health, this is wealth, this is prosperity, this is pride, this is warmth, this is love. This is our new home. Yeah. It feels really, really good. Let's not forget where we came from. Let's remember, right? Remember the morning back there when we're under the sun here and we're frolicking on this wonderful hill and we're enjoying this new life. Let's remember where we came from. Let's not lose our roots, okay? The obstacle here is the Knight of Wands, of course, which is a very impulsive kind of energy. And in a way, it kind of is, it's an energy that doesn't like consistency. It's a burst of energy that likes to go in a new direction. Okay? So it really is, there's this part of you that you're trying to wrestle with, I feel like, that is just like wanting to, I don't know, maybe like that runner in those YouTube shorts where they're celebrating their win already, but they still have like another 100 yards or whatever, or I don't know, 50 yards or something, or whatever it is. So it could be that. It could be that we're already, we're ready to kind of like jump over to the winner's circle before we actually cross the finish line, and so it's a little bit impulsive. We don't want to get swept away in a new current, because we need consistency in the current we're on now, okay? It's, you're so close you can see your sun. You don't want to start opening the champagne bottles and celebrating and turning your back to the view screen, because what if there's some Klingon ships, like, entering the quadrant or something like that, right? What if something like they uncloak one of those things? And, you're going to be caught off guard. You're going to be surprised. So we stay focused. This is energy that is threatening to kind of carry us away in a different direction, but we still need to get where we're going and get there safely and get everything like, let's land the plane kind of thing. Okay. The Queen at the end here, the final outcome, the Queen of Swords here. This is an objective kind of look at things. This is like really looking at the bigger picture. I feel like this is what Spirit's been kind of saying all along, is like, remember your past. Appreciate your present, and unwrap your future, But looking at the past, the Queen of Pentacles is trying to understand the past. And I feel like this has been a really a whirlwind of a trip for you. It's coming to a conclusion. This is what you've been waiting for. It's finally here. Let's do the retrospective. Let's, it's kind of like, the winning team, right? You just won the Super Bowl. Everybody is in the locker room with the champagne and the music and the crowd of people, and it's just bumping, right? And then there's the quarterback or the coach or the manager of the team or the owner of the team that's kind of sitting in a chair off to the side and just like thinking of it all, just like taking it all in, Like thinking about, and it's kind of like you'll get a flashback, right, in the movie. You'll get a flashback to like the humble beginnings. And it's just like, man, we've certainly come a long way. Like think of all the challenges we've overcome, all the difficulties we stood up to. Yeah, all the resistance that we had to push through, and all the stumbling we did along the way, right? All the joy, all the tears, all the laughing, all the crying, the whole season, right? But now like we won, and it's just like it helps us to appreciate it more, I think is the message there. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. Ten of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, the Universe card, 9 or a 10 of Cups. Could be a lot of things here. Whatever it is, we'll appreciate it. We'll talk about it. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what it is. The King of Cups. The King of Cups, it's a fixed water energy. To me, this is now saying, after all of this has taken place, this is now saying, like, dive in. You know, you're floating on top of the water here. It's okay now. Now you can celebrate, right? Because you have this, again, you have that commitment, you have that steady as she goes. We're not across the finish line yet. Don't celebrate yet. But once you get there, and this is all wrapped up, like, this is, you know, remember that I said the coach is kind of sitting in the chair just thinking, like, you know, kind of we see the little dream sequence, you know, how the picture starts to get kind of fuzzy and kind of weird and loopy, and you know you're going into a dream sequence in the movie, these old crappy movies that I love. The coach is in there reminiscing about where we started and all the things that we'd been through, and it like really feels like one of those movies. And then someone kind of shakes the coach or the quarterback and says, "Hey, come on, what are you doing? Let's celebrate." And then the coach or the quarterback gets up, dives in, starts celebrating, starts partying, and then credits roll. And that's the ending of the movie. Yeah. And so I feel like this is like, hey, you know, that's how the things are going to progress here for you. You're going to have to dive in, jump in, let yourself enjoy it. Let yourself feel the feelings, get wet, you know, dive into the joy. It's worth it. But I think you have to go through that stage of the Queen of Swords and be the quarterback in the corner that's just kind of like doing the dream sequence, and then you get shaken out of it, and you know the teammate says, "Hey, come on, let's party," and you're just partying. Okay. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do some oracle cards. There's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Gemini on Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you want to watch all these readings at the website, go to doveandserpenttarot.com. You can also find me on Patreon. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. These readings are totally free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. We're all in this together.